Today, we're going to explore why and how to critically evaluate websites. Our essential questions for today are: how do we determine how reliable information on a website is, and why do we need to evaluate websites? By the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the reasons we do this work of figuring out how reliable a website is, and you'll also have practiced some of the skills that let you do that. You'll watch the video with a partner from your table group and follow the instructions as the video plays. You'll think and talk together and type into the assignment document from Google Classroom. Each person must complete and turn in their own assignment in Google Classroom. You're welcome to pause the video anytime you need and rewind it. First, though, we're going to do a brainstorming activity. On the table, there's paper and markers for you, and I'd like you to write on a piece of paper one useful thing for a website to have. Write big and clear, no tiny scratchy words. And then when you've written this a useful thing for a website to have, go tape the paper to the brainstorming wall that Miss Broderick showed you. All right, now that we have had time to look at everyone's brainstorming, in your own Google document, I want you to type 5 things from the brainstorming wall. So this is the Google Classroom, and here in these boxes, I want you to type the 5 things from our brainstorming wall that you thought were most important. All right, the next step is we're going to practice critically evaluating a website. There's a link in your Google Doc to a page of quick tips. It looks like this, the 5 W's of website evaluation. It's got a whole list of questions that we're going to ask ourselves as we look at the website. So pull that up and we'll look at it together. In my example, we are going to look at this website, Animal Fact Guide, and it's the website about the octopus, which I'm pretending is my animal or my organism for the organism interview. So I found this website by just Google searching for octopus facts, and it got me to this one, animalfactguide.com. The first thing I'm going to do when I pull up a website is scan it for how much information it has, how it's laid out, and if I can find out who wrote it. I see that the Animal Facts Guide is a .com. I see that it's a .com, and that might give me some pause. It's not a .edu or a .org, but I'm not really seeing any ads on this page or any indication that they're selling a product, so I'm willing to keep going. So as I scroll down, I start to see that it has information about octopuses, and it's got a map here with some information about where I can find octopuses. It's also got some links down here to send me to other information. So all of this is a good sign that this is going to be a good website. Down at the very bottom of this page, so I've just scrolled all the way down to the bottom of the web page, I can see that they've got a sticker here that says that they were voted a good website for kids by the American Library Association. That's a pretty ringing endorsement. This site is worth reading, but we'll keep doing our evaluation. All right, on to the 5 W's. Our first W is who. Who wrote this page? So I'm actually going to go back. I got ahead of myself. Who wrote this page? Here on this page, at the very bottom of the octopus article, I can see that it's got an author's name. It's right here. Websites or articles will often have the author's name either at the very top or at the very bottom. This one here, it's at the bottom. It gives her name. This article was written by Abby Cushman, and it also gives me a way to contact her. It gives me her Twitter handle right here. Not that we in middle school are on Twitter, but this is a good thing. It's showing that she's willing to let us contact her and find out more about her. Thumbs up for this site on the who questions. Our next set of questions is the what questions. What's the purpose of this site? Is it really just to give us information, or is there another purpose? Already we looked and it doesn't really have ads, so that's a good sign. When we click, we're here at the bottom of the page, and when we click here on About Animal Fact Guide, it takes us to the page that has some information about this website as a whole. I've scrolled down towards the bottom of this page, and it's showing me that it has this section here about the founders. So this is telling us that these two people, a web designer and a middle school teacher, made this website, and they just want to get good information to us. That's a pretty cool thing. We should also check what kind of information this site is offering me. When we go back to the octopus page, we're scrolling around looking at the information here, and we can see that it has information about the size and shape of octopuses, about their behavior, and about where they live. It even has some stuff about their conservation status. There's lots of cool facts on this page. That's good information. All right, our next thing that we need to evaluate, our next set of questions is when. So let's look for if there's a date on this website. Again, this information is often either at the very top or at the very bottom. Here on this website, it's at the very bottom. Right here, they tell us that it was last updated on August 24th, 2014. That's an actual date. That's really great. There's also down here a copyright date. A lot of times that's all a website will give you. But even if it just had that, we would know that it's pretty current. August of 2014, that's current. Our next set of W questions are about where the information on this site comes from. Just like when you're making a research paper or writing something, you need to tell us where your facts come from. A good website is going to tell us where their facts come from. This website doesn't really cite where their information comes from, but they do give us links to some other resources so that we can easily check to see if their information is good. That's a good thing. Our last set of questions are why questions. Why is this information useful to me, and why is this page better than other pages? Well, this site has lots of good basic information about octopuses. It's got pictures, it's got maps, it's got Latin names, it's got good basic information. That's awesome. It seems pretty reliable. They're giving us links, it's got an author's name and a date. All of these things make it better than some other kinds of sites. It's not selling anything. It gives us links to other places to go. This is a good site. I give this site a 2 thumbs up. All right, now that I've shown you how to critically evaluate a website, you get to practice these skills with your partner on a website of your own. You get to check out one of these 3 websites. One about Burmese mountain dogs, one from the Coalition to Ban Dihydrogen Monoxide, and one from about boilerplate, the mechanical marvel of the 19th century. Whichever one of these you choose, you and your partner are going to ask the questions from the 5 W's, and you are going to fill in the document your evaluation of the website. One last thing before I let you go to evaluate those websites, there's actually 2 pieces of homework in this assignment. The first is to write a paragraph about why evaluating websites is important, and the second is to evaluate a website from your organism interview research. There are 2 prompts for the paragraph. Choose one of the 2 prompts. And then the evaluating a website for your project, it works just the same as what you had just done with the practice websites. There's the form here for the questions, and your answers get typed into there. When you're done with all of that, sometime between now and when the assignment due date is, press turn it in the Google Doc and you're done. You rock.